Okay, so let's take a look at a port of SimCity for the Super Nintendo, which came out in 1991 and was actually one of the launch titles for the new console. With the game being strongly limited to PC, Nintendo felt that the Snes could definitely do more than just top tier platform racing and RPG games and wanted another feather in its boa. So after striking a deal with Maxis, 16-bit owners finally got a version of this amazing strategy game. SimCity essentially allows you to create an entire city from scratch, choosing not only its name, the plot of land it will be built on, and also using a variety of tools and buildings to allow it to start to grow and thrive. You'll start off building power plants, residential, commercial and industrial zones and roads, and then as the years roll by and more is added, you then have to start trying to give the public what they demand, keeping crime relatively low and dealing with any disasters and ensuring that the tax levels are kept fair and that the emergency services are sufficiently funded. Your guide to all of this fun is Dr Wright, who pops up every now and again to give you help and advice and alerts you to how your city is doing. As with everything, there is more to this game than meets the eye. I mean, you can play for fun and use the game to relax, however if the strategist in you wants to maximise your city's growth and maintain momentum, then you will need to try and balance resources as much as possible and plan where certain buildings should be built. For example, build a load of industrial zones next to residential zones and there will be complaints of pollution and smog. Start to build roads and soon traffic jams occur, but this is SimCity and in my city, where we're going, we don't need roads. Yes, you can even build a city entirely on rails if you so desire. Imagination, life is your creation. Also, this game rewards you constantly each time you reach a particular milestone, or if you build multiple police or fire stations, then you can build some headquarters, or build enough green areas, and the game rewards you a park which you can then place in or near your residential zones. There's everything from casinos to statues, and it's so cool when they all come flooding in, as placing them in certain positions in your city will allow your buildings to grow even taller and flourish. The layout is nice and simple, and it's the kind of game that anyone can just pick up and play, with multiple ways to create and build a city in your own image. And that's the thing I love about this game the most, is that you can pretty much recreate your favourite city or just make one up on the fly. The music is perhaps one of my favourite things about this game, as it starts off as relaxing and slow, and then as certain goals are reached it changes to match the ebb and flow of the city. There are 3 difficulty settings, easy, medium and hard, and you get less money on the harder difficulties, so essentially you can dictate the pace as to how easy or hard you want to make the game for yourself, which I think is a good thing, as it gives you some variety and challenge, meaning that you will have to work even harder and be tighter with your resources in terms of what you build and when. The graphics are pretty good for the Snes, and there is occasional slowdown at times as your city gets bigger, and as it is only very brief in some parts, there were some instances where I felt it could have been a little bit faster. I should also mention that occasionally you will have to deal with disasters that occur in your city, such as earthquakes, floods, fires, and even King Bowser, who starts to terrorise your city like Godzilla or King Kong. I really applaud the fact that Nintendo injected some humour into the game, particularly with the Dr Wright pop-ups informing you of what the problem is. The game also includes 6 pre-built cities to choose from, each suffering from a particular disaster, and you as mayor are tasked with having to solve the problem within a certain time frame. So with this being a fantastic game, is there anything I didn't like about it? Well, to be honest, I couldn't really find anything apart from the slowdown, sometimes even on the fastest setting, and depending on how large your city is, this game's speed can slow down, which is kind of a trade-off of having such a game of this calibre on a 16-bit system. Apart from that, SimCity is such an engrossing, addictive game to play. I've sat down and literally hours have gone by. It's a perfect game to play, and I can't recommend it highly enough. You want to play it if you ideally have a lot of time on your hands, or if you need to unwind after a hard day. So what are you waiting for? Grab yourself a copy of SimCity for the Super Nintendo and start building the city of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you've enjoyed it and would like to see more, then why not subscribe to my channel, as you'll really be helping it to grow, and you will instantly be notified every time I upload a new video. Take care, and I will see you next time.